Hey guys, it's Dakota with Atlantic Brew Supply again. We are doing something weird for this holiday season. So I'm not a fan of pumpkin beers. I know most people are. So I conceded with a friend of mine that I would make him a pumpkin beer if I could make it a stout. So we're doing a weird stout. I'm going to be doing the Atlantic Brew Supply milk stout recipe with some tweaks. I'm going to be adding an ungodly amount of graham crackers and some homemade puree mixture of organic pumpkin, maple syrup, and my own spice blend. And then in secondary and afterwards, I'm going to be adding some marshmallow fluff and some vanilla extra. So stay tuned. This is going to be kind of a weird one, but one that you could brew along with us. All right. So we're about to dough in with the stout recipe. Nothing really different other than I upped the oats just because oats are awesome. Once I get this all mixed in, we can start adding the weird. Alright, so now that all the grain and everything is in, we're going to start adding some weird stuff. I'm going to add the puree first with a little bit of the graham crackers. Then we're going to mix the graham crackers in until it starts getting a little too crazy. I can already smell it though. All right, now I need a timer. 60 minutes. The risk with doing stuff like this with weird stuff in your mash, you can get a stuck mash, you can get dough balls that form later as opposed to when you're doughing in. Hence why I'm using the bag. The bag is making the cleanup for this so much easier. I'm just gonna lift this up, toss it behind my shoulder, and just kind of say, but so that is something to know if you're doing weird stuff in your beers, whether it's pumpkin puree, fruit puree, bananas, whatever. It can get weird and messy. Did burn the out of my finger. This is almost done. What up?
Hey man.
You remember the weird pumpkin beer I told you about?
Yeah.
With all the puree. You just missed me mash the puree and everything in.
Man.
But it's got 2 sleeves of graham crackers, my own spice blend. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. This, I mean, you can kind of. You can smell what I had in this park up. But I roasted it in the oven. It was two cans of organic pumpkin puree, spread on the sheet with maple syrup, and then my spices roasted for 25 minutes.
Pretty cool.
Okay.
And do it weird.
Yeah. Well, there's going to be
have that.
marshmallow fluff is going to be added to this beer at some point.
Nice.
Yeah, this one. I mean, honestly, if you want to come over here, I could pop it. You can take a look. All right, so mash is finished. Did not get stuck. Everything looks good. But we're about to sparge and get everything going here. So yeah, hopefully everything works out well. Hey guys, it's been a little bit. Sorry about how the video ended. We kind of f***ed up. All of our batteries died mid-brew session. We had a pretty long day. Just one of those things. So run you down a little bit of how fermentation went. So we fermented ambient 70 degrees. It kind of had a little bit of lag time. So that's partially why we left it a little longer. So normally Kvik finishes anywhere from 1 to 2 days to 3 days, depending on the Kvik. We let it sit for 3 days to fully ferment, let it ride for another 2, and it seemed to pick a little back up on that 4th day. But it fermented clean. There's really no yeast character in the beer at all. Yeah, and then we just basically siphoned it off into a keg and slow carved it, didn't do any shaking or anything like that, just kind of let it sit. It turned out really nice. Alright guys, here we are a few days later, and the pumpkin stout is done. Turned out really well. Right now it actually kind of smells like a spiced bread from a bakery, which is pretty nice. We fermented this with hothead Kvik from Omega, room ambient temperature in the homebrew store, so about 70 degrees. Fermented for 3 days, was finished. Let it sit for 2 more days just to settle. Slow carved it, and now it's ready. Give you a little taste. So it's not sweet. Kind of was expecting it to be sweet with the lactose. The body's a little lighter than intended, so that's probably my mess up on there. Could have been just all the stuff we added. But it has a nice taste of, you get the cinnamon, you get the cardamom. And once again, it tastes like spiced bread, but a nice, just basic milk stout. So I think we're gonna go give some people some samples and see what they think of it. So see you then. This is the pumpkin pie stout I did. It has graham crackers, pumpkin puree with maple syrup, and might have been a blend of spices, Vietnamese cinnamon, ginger, clove, nutmeg, and then cardamom.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And lactose because it's a milk stout.
I like that. That's smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it drinks a lot lighter for what it is, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, for sure. And it's got a lot of stuff in it that all plays well together.
Yeah, I try not to like overload it on spices because I'm not a huge spice guy, and I'm not a huge pumpkin guy either.
Yeah, that's really good. What ABV is it?
It's 5.8, 5.9, somewhere around there.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like it.
yeah.
I appreciate it.
It's got pumpkin pie or pumpkin puree that I roasted, graham crackers, lactose, spices. The pumpkin's very subtle in it.
Yep. No, not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
And my goal was to make a pumpkin beer for people who don't like pumpkins. That kind of worked.
Yeah, I had to make a pumpkin beer for Christy.
Yeah.
And I don't really do pumpkins, so I roasted some pipe pumpkin.
Okay, yeah. Like the actual whole pumpkin?
Yeah, the whole pumpkin. I roasted it and then put that in the mash.
Nice.
I cut it in about 3/4 inch slices.
Yeah.
Got it a little toasted them.
Yeah.
To get a little caramelization on, and then I dumped it in.
Yeah, that's what I did the same, except for just with puree.
Yeah.
Just to cut, because it was kind of a rush time thing.
Well, I mean, basically, if you do it on a big scale, that's kind of what you got to do.
Yeah, it cuts down costs.
Yeah. Well, time.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh yeah.
Great.
Oh, that's good.
No.
There you have it. 100% success rate. Best record of the shop. Super proud. Well, I'm almost out of beer. I think we're out of time. So that's this episode of Weird Brew Wednesday. See what we have next week. I don't even know.